Hashem Yahava Alahim, Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon everyone who catches this message. It's time for a party. Today's party is called rōzh. Wind, spirit, soul, rōzh, ruach, ravak. I see we've got one in YouTube land. Peace to you. Waiting for some people to show up and we'll get started. We've only been on for a minute. Hanging out at the park yet another day. It's a beautiful day outside. For those of you who don't know, yes, the name on my handle is Angelic Discipline. I'm also known as 3P rōzh. Yesterday we were talking about 3P. Plan, produce, peace. Today we're going to talk about the other side of my name, rōzh. Wind, spirit, soul. We get together 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about ethics in entrepreneurship. We have a party in Sherwood Forest. Giving you the breakdown of 3P rōzh so you know who to look for when you go to Discord. Look at there, we got 4 people in YouTube land now. Hashem Yahava Alahim, Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hugo Fulop, H7F, I see you. Borayat, 7162, I see you. Hashem Yahava Alahim, Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you. Every day that we do the lives, we will be talking about ethics in entrepreneurship. Today, the title of the party is Wind, Spirit, Soul. If you speak Hebrew, you would know the term ravak, or some would say ruach, that's spirit. If you say ravak HaKadosh, that means Holy Spirit. Jack Grant 9611, Hashem Yahava Alahim, Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So I got a question.
Yes.
Are you doing the Jesus stuff right now?
No, I'm not doing Jesus stuff.
Oh.
What's on your mind?
Do you mind if I use your hotspot real quick so I can call my parents?
You need to call your parents?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. TikTok, you all will be paused for a moment. Selah.
How much people did you have on your live?
It just depends. By the time it gets done, it might be over 100. Akati Mavis, I see you. Hashem Yahava Alahim, Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, I can't have you in there because you're young. Otherwise, it would be cool, but no, you're young, so I can't have you. They would shut down the live on the TikTok side just because they saw your face. Let's see here. We may not have to shut anything down.
Wait, do you know if your hotspot is on right now?
Yes, it is. I think it's under Verge, Verge. You might do better just using my phone and calling. You can do that instead of jumping on my hotspot because I don't really want people jumping in and out of it at any given time. You know what I mean? So I would prefer if you just call her. All right. Macchiato Maid, I see you. SJ, I see you. We're about to take a pause so that I can let this young man use the phone. So you all hold on, I'll be right back, okay? Selah. And yes, like I said,
I don't think the hotspot on because it's not.
that's because it's not just out there for everybody. It's on because I'm using it. I know it's on. Un momento. We're talking about Ravak HaKadosh and being led by Ravak HaKadosh while having ethics and entrepreneurship. I'll be right back. Or maybe I won't. The young man walked away. You know, sometimes people have an agenda and they don't realize other people have other things going on. Meanwhile, so yesterday we were talking about 3P, plan, produce, peace. What are your plans for producing peace in order to be productive in your community? Today we're talking about rōzh, ruach, ravak, wind, spirit, soul. We walk under the standards of Yahweh Elohim. We are guided by Ravak HaKadosh, and Yahshua HaMashiach is our example. Before I get started, we're going to do our custom, which is reciting Al-Fatiha, and then we will start this party. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. We seek the protection of our Creator against shaitan and the evil ways while we walk the divine path. For every step that we take towards our Creator, 1,000 are taken towards us by our Creator. That means we have a mighty long walk. We have a lot of work to do. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqima. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim. Ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim walad dallin. Amin. In the name of our Father, our Creator, the most merciful, the most compassionate, Lord over all worlds, maker and creator of our deen, our divine path, most merciful and compassionate. We ask you to forgive us when we disobey like others have done before us. We ask you to show us how to forgive others the way that you forgive us. We thank you for giving us the deen, the divine path. Amen. It is said that when you pass away and you have the chance to go and meet our Creator, you will be asked, have you heard Al-Fatiha? Al-Fatiha is the first surah you will find in the Quran. If you've been listening for the last 2 or 3 minutes, then yes, indeed, you have heard Al-Fatiha. You can go to Quran.com, 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 Quran.com. There you will be able to find each of the surah from the Quran. You will find it in Farsi, written and spoken, and you also find it in English. Now, what is Farsi? Farsi is Persian. The correct pronunciation would be Farsi. You have heard it in Farsi and you have heard it in English. The News of Petty, I see you. Ron Weasley, J6X, I see you. Debbie Lackey, I see you. Boraet, I spoke. Dennis Green, I see you. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon all of you, your families, and your circles. Let's begin this party. We'll start with some of the questions that are here, and then we're going to get with the topic at hand. Let's see over here in YouTube land. In all these years, I understand that even the deity of the devil have a place in our hearts. That one is not familiar to me, Borite. Run Weasley. You related to Morgan Freeman. Have you ever seen Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? Let me know if you have. Dennis Green, what religion is this? If you are breathing, you are part of a religion. Because there's other people who habitually breathe as well. If you are standing above the dirt and breathing, you're doing something called living. And there's a lot of people who do this thing called living. By definition, a religion is a practice that a group of people do on a regular basis. Shalom Akati. Yesterday we spoke about planning, producing, and having peace. And we spoke about the 7 sections of a business proposal. And we spoke about publishing. I was telling you all that I'm changing up to a different publishing company because the one I was using, they've closed out the contract. So today, we're going to talk about wind, spirit, and soul. How does the wind move you? There's atmosphere, and there's pressure, and there's plants. There's a lot of things that contribute to the wind. And it was all set and balanced by Yahweh Elohim. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praises to our source of sustenance and mercy. Ameen. Bernice 792, I see you. Hashem Yahweh Elohim, Shalom Abarak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you. There are a lot of things that contribute to us being able to feel a breeze or high gust of wind. We like to compare the spirit as if it moves like the wind. So some would say the Holy Spirit is the wind. Some of us say that we feel our souls touched when the Holy Spirit visits. And then there's spirit within itself, because there's soul and then there's spirit. There's 2 different things. Your soul is your personality. Your spirit is that spark, that ember, that light, that being that Yahweh created, that is you. There was the untarnished spirit that was in heaven at the emerald throne with Yahweh Elohim. And then there was the point of your conception, where you were put into a flesh body. At that point in time, your spirit had entered into a body, so now you have a soul. That soul develops into a personality as you walk the divine path. It's up to you how far you go on the divine path, if you step off on a tributary or whatever the case may be. and then you return to our Father. People ask all the time, what's the meaning of life? Define yourself. Give yourself a name, right? That's your Shem, that's your authority. Well, how do you give yourself a name? Well, along with that developing personality are some talents that Yahweh Elohim gave you. We're all unique, we're all distinct, we all are different. I know how to do things with technology. Some things I can even tinker and build myself. I'm not the best at that. I'm not the best at using software. You do see the product of what I do. I'm not the best at it. I'm not even using the best tools. Some of that has to do with finances. Some of it has to do with the formula that I am using. How can I blank for free? How can I achieve this task for free? How can I use this program to get this product for free? Because I'm running a business. That business is called Highest Heights Studio. And I have to stay away from overhead as much as possible if I'm ever going to make a profit. Otherwise, I'm just going to be paying out all of the time. That is not the pursuit of one who has an enterprise going. You see, I'm looking forward to building a legacy for my children's children, and may they have children and grandchildren. Speak life into those you love. I see you, Minister Stephen. It's very tabah to have you here. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you, your family, and your circle. I'm going to need you to catch up with Ak David. I'm going to need you to catch up with Ak Matt Trucker. We got some stitching to do. I need you to catch up with Minister Morrell. Got some hotshot planning to do. And we all need to catch up and do some Brutus meetings. It's very tabah to see you, bro. Who else is that? Oh, that's still Bernice 792. Okay. Wind, spirit, soul. You have talents, natural born talents, things that you can do, things that others might find that are a challenge, things that you can do at ease. Beard, I see you. Ha ha ha. Bartle B. It's very tabah to see you, my brother. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you, my brother. Over here in YouTube land, the other side of Namdehum is in the building. I've spoken about being a curator. The other curator who works with me is in the building. That's his brainchild. Matt Trucker, I see you. It's very tabah to have you here. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are having a certified party in Sherwood Forest. I'm thrilled. It's very tabah to have everybody here. Now I want you to remember something. We can take this party over to Discord and it's a 24/7 party. We all need to meet up in Discord. Kimberly Rushins, familiar name. It's very tabah to have you here. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon all of you. I mean, Trucker, they cannot stop the truth. We shall keep pressing forward. Press and strain. If you don't know the reference of press and strain, go read Isaiah, one of my favorite books. Read all of it. Not one verse, not one chapter. The whole thing. If ever I tell you to go and read something, it's not going to be just a verse. You can't get enough with just a verse. You got to find out what was happening before it, what was going on afterwards, so you even know how to take it. I had a lady who was always telling me, my mama always said, don't lean to your own understanding. And I said, you sure are right. You shouldn't lean to your own understanding. And then she would proceed to lean to her own understanding while telling me about how life should be. We butted heads all the time. But it's like that, you know? Wind, spirit, soul. We all were born with natural born talents. What's yours? What can you do where you can be of service to your community positively? Whether it's a product or something that you can go and do. Help someone. As Bartleby would say, kindness is contagious. That's why you hear me say that at the end of all the broadcasts. Hashtag kindness is contagious. Go out and be the reason somebody else smiles. What can you do to brighten someone else's day? What can you do as soon as you open your eyes? I come from our Creator, I shall return to our Creator. May our Creator be pleased when I return. Now, what can you do as you go about the day doing exactly that? And finding a way for that to be your livelihood. That's the way you pay your bills. That's the way you eat. And then you realize, okay, I can do this for the kingdom of Yahweh Elohim. Guess what goes on in the kingdom of Yahweh Elohim? On the 8th day, no one said, let there be bills for utilities. No. You see, there's a way to produce electricity where you don't have to pay bills for a metered rate. Solar panels. If you have running water and it turns a turbine, hydraulic dams, wind turbines. If you have running water, apparently you have something that could be akin to fresh water. And even if you don't have running water, if you have land that's sitting over a water table, then you have well water. If you have land, you can grow your food. You can grow the different plants that you could use for textiles. See, I get this one mixed up all the time. One is called muslin, and then there's another one. One is an herb. It's an herb that you can take inwardly to clear out your system. Great fiber and a few other things, right? And then there's another one where you strip the stalk and you use the fiber to make textiles. A series of iron nails, daisy chained to an oak tree through a dead tractor battery to jump a car. Energy is abundant. Get some and spread some. Yes, sir. Khan. Khan, Bartleby, Khan. Let me say that one again. A series of iron nails, daisy chained to an oak tree through a dead tractor battery to jump a car. Energy is abundant. Get some and spread some. See, that's what I'm talking about. And I happen to be looking forward to getting some Raspberry Pis. And I want to get my hands on some Linux mobile devices so that we can start setting up a network. We can speak with each other on Discord. We can still use all these other different platforms. However, we're going somewhere else. These platforms are ports, and we're on a boat. I haven't said this one in a while, as a matter of fact. We are on a boat. We're rocking and rolling. We've been rocking and rolling since before the electric guitar. Yeah, we're on a boat. We were already on boats before that boat that nobody wants to talk about. We were on boats because we were traveling, visiting, and casting nets. You see, these platforms, they're just harbors. Each of you, you need your own website. and you can get a free website. I was actually told about a place that I could go to. What is it? Base 44? Base 44. Build websites and apps and other things. There's all kinds of sites like that. So we can have some powwows, some parties in Sherwood Forest where we discuss such things. We get together 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time just for us all to say, oh, hey, yeah, I'm present. Here am I. Go dig around in the Apocrypha. Here am I. Shalom, Akati. I see you jump to the other side. Tony Nelson, Sierra, Elon, or ALO New York City. Elon NYC, I see you. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum. Wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon all of you. A friend of mine is going wild on Facebook right now. He's about to go do a show. And he's just messaging me back to back. Bling, 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 bling. So it's showing up on both of the phones because they're shared lines, right? I do more on two mobile devices, than most people do with a tablet or a desktop or a laptop computer. I can do more before 10 a.m. than they do all day. It's not a brag. When you see me post up a picture on your favorite platform, it's actually gone to about 10 or 15 platforms. Benderson Maketa, seen you in here a few times. It's very glad to have you here. Maketa Venderson. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you, your family, and your circle. That's for everyone who's here. Bartleby says, I've seen it firsthand. We worked through many days and nights. He's a machine. Bartleby sent me a link. I didn't get a chance to see it till today. He sent it to me on Tuesday. What's the guy's name? I forgot the guy's name because it's not somebody that I really follow. But here's the message for you. Musicians got it all wrong. Because they think, oh yeah, I can go and I can record a couple of songs and just be chilling, everything's all right, go to the recording booth, tell them dim the lights so I can vibe. And bro's like, no, you're at work. You're working all the time. See, athletes get it right. When they open up their eyes, they jump up and they're going to practice. They're going to work out to prepare for the game. Musicians are running around here just thinking that it's one giant party. Well, it's not just festivities that happen at a party. Who remembers this scene? I didn't mean to interrupt your Panther party. Selah. Oh, by the way, shout out. Drop Them as Grimes. You need to go over to SoundCloud and find Drop Them as Grimes. All right, I'll share out a link. Y'all like Facebook, so I'll send over something to Facebook. I'll post up a video, as a matter of fact. Adon willing, inshallah. I was wondering what I was going to promote today. It just slapped me in the face. Pow! Dropped Them as Grimes. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Fox Owl Wisdom. I'm going to promote Fox Owl Wisdom today. You see, normally we have 10 special interest groups that we talk about. Each of them have their own day. We get together 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday through Friday, to discuss the 10 special interest group. Each has their own day, and then on Sunday we would do Q&A. So when we talk about Nam Dehum, and I'm talking about aspects of being a curator and how a curator would look at organic marketing strategies. And I'm talking about Namde Hoon. I'm talking about Bart. I'm talking about Fox Owl Wisdom. I'm talking about someone who I spent 2 years around and learned what it is to be a sound engineer. I'm over here just tappity tappity thinking I'm doing something. I go and hang out with him and I learn that you can actually make 3D textures with sound. It doesn't have to be just experienced on that level and you just see the little wavelengths going like that. What if you're feeling it? You feel the bass raise up and echo around the room. You can actually hear when those hi-hats hit a certain kind of way. Bart taught me a lot. Teda, ak, shukran, spasibo, gracias, grazie, ashante, grazie. Thank you, brother. Taught me a lot. So yeah, if I'm talking about Namde Hum and I'm talking about curators, and I tell you a curator does more than lines up a Spotify playlist, I tell you what, for all them people that want to throw away $5 a month to make sure that your stuff is on a playlist for people to see you, check this out. Send me $5. Matter of fact, send me $30 per month. And you pick out a picture that represents you. I'm going to take that picture and I'm going to share it 30 times, 30 different ways. We're going to put it on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, Pinterest, Tumblr, WordPress, LinkedIn. Who knows about OKRoo? Who knows about vContact? Who knows about the social world in Web3? See, when you see one picture one place, it's gone to all those places. My Pinterest account, it's telling me that I got 1.4K viewers per month. My Instagram account, same thing. YouTube is telling me when I do these lives, I get about 100 viewers by the end of the view. Same thing with TikTok. So yes, if I tell you that I can promote you, yes, if I put your stuff out there, there will be people who see it. The posts that I do, some of them are 50, some of them are 70, some of them are 100. Ahmad Trucker reposted something that I did, a gift to him, and that one got almost 400 views. Strong work, brother, because that wasn't just me. And that's the idea. Who knows about share and share alike? Something you learned in kindergarten. See, now we're talking about the wind, moving things, right? Wind, spirit, soul. Rōzh. Who else we got here? El Chambas, bienvenido. Hashem Yahav Alahim, Shalom Barak. Allahu Wassalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Gracias. Thank you for all of the likes. Mucho me gusto. It's my pleasure to be here. The Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you, your family, and your circle. Share and share alike. Hashtag share and hashtag share a like. Share alike as well. Things that you're into. Go find other people that are into it as well. Share their stuff. Things that you like, that you see other people post up, well, your friends might not know anything about that. Share it to them. Repost it. Those views do help. Now, here's the thing. This is the part where people get confused. An artist or a musician can get 1,000 views on something and still barely get a penny. Barely get 12 cents. No, not 12 cents. Barely get 0.012 of a dollar off of 1,000 views. That's royalties. Artists and musicians do not get paid from royalties. You have to own your work. You have to be the one who wrote the music. You have to be the one who composed the music. You have to be the one who performed the music. You have to be the one who owns the masters so that when they are registered, there's an agreement that happens. You're the owner of the rights written in performance. And then you make a deal with a publishing and distributing company. When artists say that they've gotten with Spotify and they're wondering why they're not getting paid, it's because that's a closed bank system. And now it is being exposed for what has happened. Some people say, well, I got on with CD Baby. CD Baby is going to put you on 10 spots. Like how I just named off 10 spots. What if I told you across the globe there's over 250 different places? You yourself can go and sign up to quite a few of them, but some of them no, it's private. Someone has to suggest your music for it to be put there. Then you have to own it so that they can request licensing your music. Now, I want you to understand something as well. This is not a conversation just for musicians. This is for anyone who has any type of content that they are putting out onto the internet or that they want to distribute in any way, shape, or form. Your voice, recorded, needs to be registered and copyright protected. Any images that are related to you, any way, shape, or form of spelling the name that you use, any arrangement of characters or letters that go back to that enunciation belongs to you when it's written under a correct copyright format. And no, you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to actually have a copyright. It's free, registered, catalog number and everything, free. Because yes, my format is how can I go about this process for free? Let me go look that up. And I find 10, 11 different ways and I go check them all out. See which one actually does work for what I got going on. You see, that's also what a curator would do. You could be a bricklayer, you could be someone who cleans houses, you could be someone who manicures lawns, you could be someone who actually grows botanical gardens, you could be a painter. You could be a tailor. You could be someone who travels the road and transports shipments. You could be a people transporter. You can be a people caretaker. You can be a people educator. And you see, I'm a scout. And when I see a talent, I want to let people know about it. So as a curator, I want to know everything there is to know about you, so that I can tell people. Some things I'll be able to tell people in about a minute. Other things, it might require about 5 minutes to really get them to understand who you are and what you do. That's that elevator conversation. You get on the elevator, this person who looks like an exec gets on the elevator with you. Y'all go up and the elevator stops. Now you can stand there and look forward and be goofy, or you can actually engage with this actual human being. What's your name? What's your story? My name is so-and-so. Now you got to tell them what your authority is. And what's the story behind your authority? You see, that's your resume. And then from your resume, you could tell them about your proposition, if you happen to have one. Proposition, proposal. My brain wanted to say both of them at the same time. My brain jumps ahead of me, right? So, 5 minutes. You tell this person about who you are and you find out who they are, and then the elevator moves again. You get off on your floor, that person keeps going. Now they know about you. If they want to exchange any type of service or anything like that, they know how to contact you. If they know someone who needs your services, they can contact you, right? So keep this in mind. How many people go out and print business cards? Let's see here. Skid Airborne 59, I see you. Chrissy, I see you. Hashem Yahav Elohim, Shalom Aparak. Samuel Abeche, Zeke, I see you. Hashem Yahav Elohim, Shalom Aparak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Niall, VR Gaming, I've been looking for you, because yes, I was looking for you. Hashem Yahav Elohim, Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I see you're asking if I can friend you on Discord. I looked you up, and I can't find you on Discord. I don't live in a country. Niall, we had that discussion yesterday. You're asking me what country do I live in. Well, you don't need to know that. You don't need to know what location I'm in. I live on Earth, just like you. That's all you need to know. What are you saying, Bartleby? If we don't get 70,000 streams a month on Spotify, you get no pay. Don't use Spotify for real. Exactly. What we're looking at is the fact that streaming only gets you paid so much. If you really want to support an artist, a musician, a person who has a trade or a skill, the best thing you can do is contact them directly and request for them to do a service for you. Everybody running around here talking about how we need to change things. They need to change the way that they run employment. They need to change the way that they run the government. Employ yourself. Find a standard and then govern yourself. Now let's move on. All right? Is that clear? Find me on Discord. 3PROJH. Yesterday we talked about 3P. Plan, produce, peace. What is your plan to produce peace? Today we're talking about rōzh, wind, spirit, soul. We all have a unique spirit that was created. And then at point of conception, when that spirit was put into a body, a soul was attached. That soul is your personality. You were also given a set of talents, a lot of gifts. And then on that moment of you being conceived, see, that's when the blessings started. As you were a seed, the blessings started as a seed as well. Because our Father blessed you so that anything that you would need throughout your life is going to be there. We have made the mistake of saying that we bless each other. No, we don't. We are vessels. Our Father blesses us. We are either willing or unwilling vessels. Sometimes in spite of ourselves, we still act because our Father wants that. There are no extra man-made movements that our Father has to do. Our Father says be, and it is. Wind. What moves you? Like and share alike. Why? Because if you go buy 500 business cards and you hand them out, are you guaranteed that anybody's going to contact you? Now, what about if you make a 1-minute video that describes everything that goes on with you and how to contact you and all of that, and then you post it up? But not just in one spot. And not just in front of the people that you know. You see, you go to these platforms and they'll tell you, you pay us $5 or $10 and then we'll put you in front of 100 people. We'll put you in front of 1,000 people. Great. Now, out of those 1,000 people, how many of them care about what I'm talking about? How many of them are actually going to come back and see what it is that I'm doing? How many of them are going to support my ventures? Or are they just going to look? You can be a window shopper because I want you to come back later on. I want you to see my merchandise. I'm not mad at you. Check out the wares. Come in and speak with me. What's your story? I like to speak with people. I don't talk very much. I'm sure it would fool you because of me going on like this, but no, I don't talk like this. It's nighttime. S- Uh, yeah, I said what's up to Samuel Abache. It's nighttime. Hashem Yahav Alahim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you, your families, and your circles. How does Ravak Hakadesh show you the path to use the talents that you were given to be of service in Yahweh Elohim's kingdom? And once you've put that together, I would like for you to contact me. I'm not just a musician. I'm not here to tell you, hey man, I need $1. I'll tell you what I do. I need $60 because I'm going to charge you $1 per second on a 60-second video that promotes you. Now that's an alternative to the $30. Whoa.
I wasn't paying attention.
You all right?
No.
No?
Yeah, I'm alright.
I'm okay. You sure you all right, bro?
Yeah, I just lay here all the time when I fall.
Right on.
I just lay here just to make sure I am okay.
Exactly. Check your bearings, man. Check your bearings.
I smell dirt.
That might be okay. But you are close to the dirt right now.
Yeah.
As long as you're not smelling blood, you're all right.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay. And you're not smelling copper. You're okay.
Yeah, Buff.
Yeah, it'll buff out. That's right. What can you do that nobody else can do so great? Write your best resume. Fire your boss. Hire yourself. Hire yourself out to other people as a service. Instead of reporting to a job, which is toil, you can be about your work, which is your natural born ability, and going out and applying it. Applied knowledge is power. Selah. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Applied knowledge is power. Selah. There's a cryptocurrency coin that I'm involved with. It's called the DESO coin. DESO. It's short for the social world. There's a whole network. You like YouTube? There's a video access. You like Reddit? Well, they have Dreaded because it's DESO. You like TikTok? They have TikTok, except for it's the Social World app and online site. Hupocalypse. Kegel Cat. Hashem Yahav Alahim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon all of you. Thank you for coming to the party. Tada. How does the Holy Spirit guide you to be of service in Yahweh's kingdom. If I told you to describe a push-up, what does it take to do a push-up? You have to get down on the ground, stretch yourself out like you're laying out, but you're not going to lay down on the ground. You got to hold yourself up with your arms. Now, have you done a push-up just because you did that? You got to lower yourself down to the ground, but not really touch the ground. Get as low as you possibly can without touching the ground. Have you done a push-up? You got to make it back up like this, like how you started. Now that's an official push-up. You were in position. You moved. You went back to position. That's a push-up. What does it take to pray? You think it. You say it. And then you do it. You don't say, Lord, 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 send me a Ford. You don't say, Lord, 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 give me what I can't afford. You say, Adonai, please give me the strength to attain stature as I move along the divine path that you created. I ask you for sustenance. I ask you to forgive me when I'm wrong. Rabishfirli, Warahmani, Wajbani, Warfani, Warzukni, Wadini, Waofini. Allahu Akbar. Ameen. Made it to the top of the hour. One more to go. Melly Mel Baker. I see you. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you, your family, and your circle. Why you gonna charge me $60 for a video? A 1 minute video? How much would it cost you to print out a box of business cards? And who's gonna use those business cards? How long is that gonna last? And to what degree did you affect the environment by cutting down trees? Brittany Freed, 34. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you. Thank you for coming to the party. We're talking about ethics in entrepreneurship. We're talking about promotions. We're talking about organic marketing strategies compared to paid strategies. Because yes, you can pay $10 to get 100 views or 1,000 views. Who's to guarantee that those people are going to care about what you're talking about, or if they're even going to support you? So why pay a platform that's already getting paid because you're uploading your content? Every time you post one of those pictures about what you sat down to eat today, little cute picture about what your dog was doing, or if you're anything like me, hanging in there like a bad cat on some new curtains, and guess what? The platform that you shared that on is getting paid. Everybody on that quest to get 100,000 views and 1,000,000 views. I'm gonna go viral. Well, if you don't own any of the content, you just got 1,000 views or 1,000,000 views. You've got 5 seconds of fame. Let's say you got a copyright because you have a plan and a mission. Then every time you speak, it counts. Now you still have to go back and register it. I went back and checked. According to the Roman calendar, January, started looking at the shorts, my YouTube uploads, and I was counting on the views and seeing which ones were at least above 50 views. For those shorts, I decided I was going to make an album, because there's the main theme of what I talk about. However, there's a few different things that I talk about. So the subject matter kind of carries through. What I was searching for was to have at least 45 minutes worth of content. Because if you have 45 minutes worth of content set widescreen like this instead of tall, if you got it widescreen to where it'll fit on a movie screen or a television, 45 minutes. You can register that in the short film festivals. And there are many short film festivals, which means you can be published. It's not about winning, it's about being seen. Who knows who Martin Scorsese is? Who's ever heard of Guyana Scotzi? Who's ever heard of Apocalypse Now? Apocalypse Now started in a short film festival. C'est là. Trying to figure out what I'm going to talk about for the next full hour.
Full hour?
Yeah, it's where I'm at, it's 4:09. According to the scheduled time, it's 5:09 basically. Yeah, I have assembled enough material from views that were over 50. Some of them were 100, some of them 200, 300. I had a couple that were 500. In each of those videos, it wasn't that I just woke up with the greatest, brightest idea in the world. It was always someone else would mention something and it would give me an idea. So I'd go back and I would post something about it. So what gives me the right to charge you $1 per second for a 60-second video was because I have some skills. I don't know you and you don't know me, but I have a certain set of skills and a certain set of friends. And by the end of this conversation, you either need to be one of my friends or you need to make sure that you are not on the list of not my friend. Now, that's not a threat or anything. Unless you try to run off with my daughter from a hotel, then there'll be some problems. Meanwhile, you see, we're trying to build a community because I might have a certain set of skills. I need another person to do something else that I might not be able to do. And I trust this person to do it. So now within the community, we can develop a community trust. And we can actually have a real one, a solid fraternal trust Because it's not just me and this other business. There's another business beyond that person too. And then some people might not call their service necessarily a business, or they may be interested in another special interest group and they just want people to know about it. Well, you get a group of people together with the same interest, not the same business, and you can form a trust. A trust is over a trust fund. A fraternal order of trust is non-taxable. Alhamdulillah. Barakallah feek. Bless you. A fraternal order of trust is non-taxable. Well, how do we go about doing that? We draw up a document. This document has a mission statement of how we are going out to be positive and effective in the community. You see, Highest Heights Studio is an umbrella and a trust geared towards a group called STOP, Stop. The interest is sustenance, textiles, occupations, and purpose. Now, we say that our sustenance comes from Yahweh Elohim. This is true. However, Yahweh Elohim told Adam, you're going to have to start digging at the soil in order to grow your food now. Last time I checked, that hasn't changed. Now, on the 8th day, they didn't say, thou shalt go to the grocery store. No. That was not said on the 8th day. But we were told that we were going to have to start digging at the dirt, planting and tending the seeds and watering them, watching the weather. There was a reason why Adam was told to name the animals. It wasn't a test. It proved quite a lot of things. Not just that he had the capacity to speak names upon things, because just to do that means that you have to give their shem, you have to give their authority. That means you have to tell their story. What do they eat? What do they do? Where do they live? So when he named the animals, he had to say all of that. We have a character in Paleo Hebrew, in Proto-Canaan. That character is Gamel. It looks like a camel at rest. Something that is hard to get it to do unless it wants to. Michael Frazier, 360. Clarissa, I see you. Hashem Yahweh Elohim Shalom HaBarak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you all. Gamel is in my brain right now because of Brother Matt Trucker. Yep. He's working on a link. He's working on a copper link. And I know there's different names I'm supposed to be using and stuff like that, but right now I'm just going with the flow and speaking. So there was a link made and it had the character emblazed in it as an emblem, stamped in, crushed in. Awesome. Yes, go take care of that. Subhanallah. Definitely go take care of that. You said it's been over a month or 2 months?
Once a month, yeah.
Yeah. Go take care of that and let them know what you got going on so you can get yourself some help, all right?
Yep.
Take it easy, bro.
All right, you too.
I'll have to get around the coffee going in a minute. I've only had one. Wait, hold on. Nope, I finished my second round. When I started this live, I was finishing up the bottle. So I'm just trying to convince myself to get some more coffee. You know why you stay up until about 3 or 4? Because you be drinking all that coffee all day. I could drink coffee and go to sleep with the cup in my hand. That's not the case. I'm up all the time because I'm an insomniac. So here we go. How does the wind move you? If you wanted to form a trust and you wanted to draw up a document for takaful, first thing you would do is put basmala at the very top of this document. In the name of our Father. You see, all important documents in Farsi start with basmala. Any historical documents, anything notarized, it's gonna have basmala on it. If it doesn't, you better check what source it is coming from. Is that understood? Is that fair? Is that clear? Giovanna, Hashem Yahav Elohim, Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you. It's very tabah to have you here. We're talking about ethics in entrepreneurship. Today's topic is rōzh. Some people say ruach. Some people say ravak. Wind, spirit, soul. I see you, Akati, I see you. If you were to do a community trust, you would look within to find out what is the infrastructure? What's needed to maintain and stabilize a community? For every position that you can list, for every type of service, we should have somebody in the kingdom of Yahweh Elohim jumping up saying, here am I. And even beyond that, I'll see what my limiter is going to be, by the way. 15% battery over here, 27% battery over there. We got a battery block charging over there, and I started with about 50%. So no, we might not make it to the top of the hour, but that's all right. We've got the message out. That's the important part. Halal Yahweh, subhanahu wa ta'ala. We got the message out. Infrastructure. Each and every position known that stabilizes, maintains, supports the community. There were 12 brothers named and listed in the family of Yahasharayel. And 2 more were added on, so there's 14. We can talk about their Shem all day long, what their names meant. Okay. Now let's talk about what they did. Because when the children of Yahasharayel were sent into the promised land, they were told to set their tents in certain places. And wherever they set their tents is where they also started developing their trades, for whatever the case may be. And the only ones who didn't have to develop any kind of trade on that level was the Levites, who could stay within any of those camps, but they also had an encampment that was given to them. Because the Levites were supposed to be studying the standard at all times and being an example of the standards at all times. However, all of the other members had trades and skills, We need to start talking about that. We need to start standing up and saying, here am I, that's what I do. Let's find out how many people have the same skills and trades. Let's find out how many people are available who can mentor someone for those skills and trades. Now let's go on and round this one up for you all. I got something for you all, folks. You show me 1,000,000 people. Give each of them $1. Tell them to get on their phone so we can do a live meeting on Discord. Everybody show their dollar, right? And then I'm gonna say, hey, 1 + 1 is 2. We've got 1,000,000 people in this room. Everybody showing their dollar. So we got $1,000,000, right? Yeah. Check it out. We just did a financial class, and we also did an arithmetic class. We did a sociology class. We just had school. You see, I have a mission. My mission is to come here and remind you of Asher and the day of Asher. Some would know the day of Asher as the day after Passover. There's also the day that Ibrahim met with Melchizedek, also known as Melchizedek, and gave him a tribute, saying that my descendants will make sure to follow the standards of Melchizedek. Because Ibrahim had been trained by others who were in the standards and the order of Melchizedek. Because that's what Noah studied, and that's what Methuselah studied, and that's what Sat studied, because that's what Adam studied, learned, and taught. Go visit Ezekiel 40 and go from 40 all the way to 48. I want to say it's Chronicles. It might be Kings. Go read them both. First Kings and Chronicles. All of it. Find out about the order of Melchizedek. Go find out why Malachi was writing what he was writing. It is a pain to deliver this message to you, hard-headed people. I'm gonna tell you like I told you yesterday. I don't have $1 in my pocket because nobody is supporting me what I do. Like I said, I'm gonna tell you like I said. Now that's not true, because now I do have a couple of dollars in my pocket because someone did show some support to me yesterday. It's not up to that one person to make sure that I am standing on my livelihood. Not when we can spread $1 amongst 1,000,000 people. Basmillah, may we come together and use the sustenance that you have provided for us so that we can start planting seeds and growing our own. And so we can develop the food and the textiles, and we start making that our occupations as far as our work and also our residences, and attend to our purpose. I mean, that is the pact, that is the standard for the trust involving Highest Heights Studio and the STOP program. The STOP program concentrates on education and work placement. There is a dog that is crying. Two dogs that are crying. There's always something going on. Wavy Davy 80, I see you. Hashem Yahav Alahim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you, your family, and your circle. What if I told you if you spend $190 with me, I will tutor you for a whole month. I will show you how to start up a website. I will show you how to navigate those same 10 platforms that I listed off so that you would be ready to start using Web3 on the platform of the social world. There you could post a picture, a video, or just a text post and generate that as an NFT. Most people don't see the value in an NFT because most people don't realize what's really going on with it. Most people, if you tell them that you're considering starting business and you want to be a small business, the first thing they're going to tell you is get an LLC. Well, see, the thing is, I want to get away from the banking system. The banking system is centralized. Governmental systems are centralized. I'd like to go into a decentralized system. I understand that if I do exchange any kind of finances or currency, there's going to be that exchange rate charge. Fine. If I want to exchange currency from someone who is in China, where they use 2 or 3 different forms, because what goes on in Hong Kong doesn't go on in the rest of the mainland. There's 3 or 4 different forms in the mainland. If I want to exchange with any of them, I can freely do so without having to visit a nearby bank. I have an e-wallet. I have several e-wallets. You can get an e-wallet for your profile on the social world because you're going to be generating a coin, a creator coin, which also gives you access to another site called Focus, where you can generate a meme coin. You'll have the one that's already on your profile from the first one, and you'll have the option to also call up a meme coin. There's your actual coin, which is of cryptocurrency. And then there's also the token. A token is meant for investments only. It's something that matures over years' time. Set at a certain value and it'll tell you what it's worth. And it'll tell you how long it's going to take for it to actually mature. I'm sure you've heard of CDs before, mutual funds. Works the same way. $190 gives you access to be able to call me up when you have an issue with something, when you have a question with something, or you have a suggestion with something. Now, to be honest with you, you can contact me through the DMs, through the emails that I do provide out, and there's even a phone line that you can call to speak with me directly. I'm going to say this and I'm going to make it plain and clear. There is no excuse for you not to call me, for you not to contact me. It doesn't cost you anything to contact me. That's what brainstorming is all about. You may have an idea and you're just trying to figure out a way to get it established, to get it out there. A curator originally is a person who is responsible for a whole museum, for each and every gallery, for each and every art piece and artifact. That's what a curator is, which means that if you walked up to a curator and asked, well, what's going on with Exhibit B in East Wing? That curator could tell you about the 3 or 4 artists and the materials that they were using, what mood they had on that moment, and where you can find the artist if they want to be contacted. You see, Bartleby Fox Owl Wisdom. 25 years or more in music. Has toured, played with major bands, has done the light and the sound rigging for them, whether he was playing with them or not. Worked the crowd, stood around inside the crowd, passed cold waters around. First response before the paramedics show up. And this is all from compassion, caring. The type of person that when he's up and performing in front of people, the love that the crowd is showing him is what feeds him, is what gives him energy. Is what brightens his day. That's what puts a smile on his face. Be the reason somebody else smiles? Well, when somebody else shows up and appreciates what he's got going, whatever music or whatever he's doing, talking to you or whatever, walking around playing Pokemon. Bro, I've been playing Pokemon Go. Reality speaking. Rhymes 82. Ashim Yahav Alahim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum. Wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings and mercy be upon you, your family, and your circle. Bart got me into manipulating space with sound and walking around playing Pokemon Go. Changed my mind about Black and Miles, and now I'm on vapes. I wouldn't suggest anyone pick up certain smoking habits and things like that. Not by far. I'm not here for that. I was weaning myself from one and found something better. By the way, Swift Clear rocks. Clear. You understand that it's, yes, that's what I want. Clear. Wind, spirit, soul. Ravak, Ruach. Now that rōzh can also be interpreted as rōzh, rock, if you speak French, rōzh. Some people call me Peter. My uncle's name is Peter and I was born in Thomas. Is that fair? We are farmers. I was born the grandson of a sharecropper. He had 13 children. Named Jake. I was taught by Jake. Jake had a funny sense of humor. He was real steadfast. Taught me the ways of the Lord. And that was his terminology. That's what he would use. I didn't hear any other names or anything. He called upon the Lord. He ain't said them other names. Had a funny way of pronouncing things. Mr. Jake, what does this say right here? Why does it say this in the Bible? Well, it says what it says. And most people thought it was just a funny way that country people talk. Mr. Jake knew a little bit about Paleo-Hebrew and Proto-Canaan. People come back later, they've seen some of his books, and he's been writing in the sidelines. This funny looking scribbling he doing. Now, he did have a Mason ring that he never wore. This must be some of that Masonic stuff. I spent some time at a library when I was 19. Wake up! walk downtown, go find some books. Found this engineering book that had all of the symbols, everything. Okay. Then from that engineering book, I went and found some ancient symbols. And then I found another book. It was a book talking about stuff that they wanted to attribute to Moses that they don't just let everybody know about. Found some symbols in that book. Then I found somebody else's notebook, looked at their stuff. Not another person as far as a notebook like this, but it's the title of a book. So-and-so's notebook. Came to a realization last night. How many of you repeat the quote that Satan is the Lord of the airwaves? How many of you repeat that quote? Gold before diamond. Chokma Shloma is in the building. It's very tapah to have you here, brother. Hashem Yahav Alehim. Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you. It's very tapah to see you. How many of you say that quote? Satan is the prince of the airwaves. If he's the prince, who's the king? Satan's the ruler of the airwaves. What's he measuring? Everywhere I go, they get mad when I play with their toys, including the airwaves, especially the airwaves. What I do to get on their platform and mess around with their toys. The system that we live in is Babylon. We can choose to get out of Babylon. It's a very simple task. You prune the ways of Babylon out of your life. Then you don't partake in Babylon. If you don't partake in Babylon, Babylon crumbles. Because Babylon depends on your energy to feed it. You're going to have a producer mind or a consumer mind. Because as long as you're distracted by things that you can consume, then you're going to be getting fed off of Babylon. Just because you say a few words over some food in the name of our Father don't make it halal. What you gonna do with that food after you eat it? You gonna sit around and wait until the next time you can eat? Or you gonna burn up that energy doing something in the service of Yahweh Elohim? When it comes to a push-up, you start in position. You lower yourself down and you actually push yourself up. Then you can say that's a qualified push-up. When you pray, you think about it, you say it, and then you go about it doing it. You're not going to be judged so harshly for what you eat, what you put in your mouth. You're going to be judged by what you say and what you think. What you think other people can't hear that's going on here, Yahweh Elohim knows. You ever see a Muslim pray and upon completion of prayer they say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa barakatuh. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy to you. Our Father's peace, blessings, and mercy to you. There's an angel on this side and an angel on that side. This one's writing down what you're thinking about in your waking hours. Halal or not. Everything you think about. This one over here is writing down everything that you have done. If you said it, then that's an action. And if you moved around, and they go report. When you fall asleep, they go report. Rubbish Philly. These are the activities of the day. Last time we saw them, just gone to sleep. Thank you. Get back before they wake up. Every day. That's how you are inserted in the book of life. The book of righteousness is another thing. We're all in the book of life, though. There's a report on us. So who is to believe our report? Because there is a true report that's there all the time. So do you stand on your words? Because standing is an action. But here's the thing, anybody can sit, anybody can stand. Live in peace. Malik El-Hajj Shabazz. An old woman can sit, a child can sit, an old man can sit, anybody can sit. Who's ready to get up and move around? Now, nurture our world. Now. Soon. Something out of nothing. Stop. Sustenance, textiles, occupations, purpose. We're at 7% in YouTube land. I'll go ahead and shut it down before the battery fails because I wanted to at least save. I was watching a video playback from yesterday. It cut off about the last 10 minutes. There was a crazy incident that was going on. Bi Hadashahaya Wada. I see you. It's very glad to have you here. Hashem Yahav Alahim Shalom Barak. Allahu Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Father's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you. Yeah, that incident that happened, I haven't had a chance to play it back on TikTok yet, though. The recording's a little bit different. Sometimes it buffers and acts all funny when I'm playing it back. They want me to actually download it and then watch it back through my phone and all of that, so I haven't gone through all of that. Tada, Kati, and you as well. Jazakallah, may several blessings from our Father return to you. Yahava Ahaba. Yahava is love. Ahaba Ahaba. Love is love. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone else smiles. Open a door for someone. Pick up a package. Take something out of their hands and carry it for them. Don't forcefully do it. But you know, same way you walk up like you're gonna give them a hug. Here, let me get that for you. That's a hug within itself. And if you're close to that person, give them a hug later. What is it? Oxytocin and serotonin get released when you hug someone for at least 30 seconds. Give someone a real embrace. Not that little sideways, not that little, give them a real hug. It'll make their day. You see somebody ranting, raging, and furious. Don't even ask them what the problem is. Just sidle up next to them. And if they look receptive enough, like they just need somebody's shoulder and somebody's ear, well, take a little bit of fire and listen to maybe a couple of four-letter words and allow them to release. Because that's what they need. They're trying to return back to feeling like they're human, and there's no one to be there to say, hey, I understand. Let's come back to what's positive. So you go ahead and get it out, and we can figure out what we're gonna do about it. But you go ahead and get that out. Be that person, because sometimes that's what a person needs. Then you are being a blessing. You are being a vessel. This person calling upon your house. Blessed are those who believe on the intangible, the unseen. Amitabha, Amitofo. It's the way to say compassion in both Chinese and Japanese. Many much love and respect. Until next time. Oh, one more thing. While Usher. By time, surely mankind is at a loss, except for those who practice tabal deeds amongst each other with patience and consistency. Be sabir. Alhamdulillah. I mean, this battery's about to go out.